Most people think money feels fragile because they don't make enough. That's not quite true. Money feels fragile because until a very specific point, one bad week can still knock everything over. That point isn't six figures. It's not financial freedom. It's $10,000. And once you cross it, something subtle but irreversible changes. Right now, this topic matters more than people realize, because we're living in an economy where income is loud and savings are quiet. Social feeds celebrate raises, promotions, side hustles, but almost nobody talks about the moment when money stops being brittle, when it stops cracking under normal life. Most people never reach that moment, and the system doesn't really want them to. Here's how it actually works. Before $10,000, your finances operate on edge physics. Every dollar has a job, and most of those jobs are defensive. Rent, food, bills, gas, repairs. There's no slack, no buffer. If something breaks, the solution isn't use savings. It's delay, borrow, or rearrange pain. A tire blows out, a laptop dies, hours get cut at work. Each event isn't catastrophic on its own, but because there's no cushion, they chain together. One problem creates another. Fees stack, interest appears, time pressure makes decisions worse. This is the fragile zone, and it's not about being irresponsible, it's structural. When savings are below a certain threshold, money behaves differently. It becomes reactive instead of strategic. Now here's the shift. At around $10,000, not exactly, but close, your money stops reacting first and starts absorbing impact. Think about the math. $10,000 isn't wealth. It won't generate meaningful passive income. It won't change your tax bracket, but it represents something rare, time insulation. If you lose a job, that's several months of survival. If a major expense hits, it's handled without borrowing. If an opportunity appears, you can pause instead of panic. The key change is optionality. Below this line, every decision is constrained by immediacy. Above it, decisions are constrained by preference. That sounds small. It isn't. Here's the uncomfortable part. The system we live in is optimized to keep people below that line. Monthly payments replace savings. Buy now, pay later replaces waiting. Subscriptions quietly tax cash flow. Even inflation plays a role, nudging money out of accounts before it can accumulate. None of this requires conspiracy. Incentives do the work automatically. A person with no buffer is predictable. They can't walk away easily. They can't negotiate. They can't delay gratification even when delaying would be rational. A person with a buffer becomes inconvenient. This is where public hype and reality split. The hype says $10,000 is nothing, barely an emergency fund, a footnote on the way to real money. Reality says it's a psychological and mechanical threshold. Below it, mistakes compound. Above it, mistakes are survivable, and survivability changes behavior. You stop optimizing for speed and start optimizing for outcome. You can afford to be boring. You can afford to wait. You can afford to say no, not loudly, but quietly, without explanation. There's irony here. People often reach $10,000 accidentally, a tax refund, a bonus, a stretch of unusually low expenses, and because it doesn't feel impressive, they immediately dismantle it, upgrade the car, prepay something unnecessary, invest aggressively without understanding risk. They erase the very thing that made money stop feeling fragile. Long-term, this threshold shapes entire lives. Those who stay below it live in a constant state of financial noise. Small issues feel large. Planning feels abstract. The future stays blurry. Those who cross it, even briefly, experience clarity. Not optimism, clarity. They see how slow, unexciting stability actually works, and once you've felt that, it's hard to unfeel it. Which leads to the final question. If $10,000 isn't about status or returns or lifestyle, if it's about removing fragility, why do we spend so much time chasing numbers that look impressive and so little time protecting the one that changes how money actually behaves?